Hello, Transurfers and the Transurfing Curious. I am Renee Garcia, and this is TransurfingTV, the only official YouTube channel for Reality Transurfing that is endorsed by Vadim Zeland himself. So today, sound bite slides. I'm actually refilming this one because I did this one yesterday and then I realized that it was 17 minutes long, and I thought sound bite slides should probably be a little bit shorter to kind of go along with the idea, because what we're seeking to do with this concept is create a slide via an affirmation that is going to be a quick way to see something materialize. So it's a soundbite slide. It's utilizing the power of affirmations, which we all know are pretty popular in a lot of different modalities. But today I'm going to talk about how to really make your affirmations kick, pop, do something spectacular, because we don't want to just be repeating something that isn't working for us. So I'm going to attempt to teach you all how to really power punch your affirmation today. But first, I want to state that in the book, Vadim Zeland talks about 3 different types of human perception. These are auditory, visual, and kinetic. And affirmations are best suited for people with the auditory perception, or lean towards the auditory perception. So if you are a person that learns something easiest by hearing it, then an affirmation used in this manner will be the most effective way for you to materialize reality via a soundbite slide. So positive affirmations are like slides, but you must take into account the difference between the language of the heart versus the language of the mind. So the heart doesn't really know words, so mindless repetition again will have really no effect. Words must stimulate feelings and sensations and thoughts that then the heart can connect to. Okay, so this is really, really, really valuable. And if you are saying something, and I'll get into this more in a moment, but if you are saying something that your heart isn't connecting to, then it really is futile. It's not going to have much effect. So again, it's more effective to feel something than to repeat it like 1,000 times. That feeling, so if you can say an affirmation and it triggers some response back from your heart, this one incident of feeling this thing is going to be way more powerful than you simply repeating something 1,000 times. So you're going to strive to experience the feeling and repeat the affirmation simultaneously. Okay, so let's say you want to be comfortable in a new home that you just bought. You are going to say, I am comfortable, right? And initiate that feeling that your heart connects to that affirmation with, if that makes sense. So it is about you forming a sensation via your affirmation that you can actually feel and your heart believes. So another thing that Vadim talks about is that we should have a narrowed focus for our affirmation. We don't want to say things like, I'm rich and I've got perfect health and I have an adventurous life and everything is just the way that I want it, or something like that. Because there's kind of a lot going on there, and it's going to be really challenging for your heart to sift through all that information and connect with it all at the same time. Maybe something better you could say is, I'm connecting with my higher self today. I am connected with my higher self today. So even in just me saying that right now to the camera, I actually felt something internally happen. So this is when heart and mind coordination really comes into play as a communicator of what is intended for you. If you say something, if you say an affirmation and you immediately have this feeling of like your heart is kind of flying out of you, then you are on the right path and that thing is intended for you. And if you can fulfill the requirements, you will receive the thing. Absolutely. But this soundbite slide is definitely a way to help you do this. So another thing that Vadim speaks of in this chapter is to avoid monotonous, humdrum uniformity that you just kind of not believing, you're running through something that isn't intended for you, you are repeating something, and it just becomes like this uniform task that you're not even connected with anymore. I think a lot of people that practice the law of attraction and they're not seeing results in their life, this is what exactly is happening. They feel like if they say something so many times that it'll eventually come true, but this simply is not the case. Heart and mind have to agree there. So each affirmation should really be felt and should really be experienced, right? You have to really believe that this is in fact going to be the case. Sound bite slides is best if you are working with this from a zero emotional state. Okay, so even though we talk about feeling the thing and experiencing the thing and having heart and mind coordination over the thing, you don't want to load up or turn on your emotions and create a bunch of excess potential about this soundbite slide. Okay, so if you're repeating something from a passionate place, right? You're repeating something that you are banking on, okay? I'm going to be rich, and you load it up with excess potential and importance. You are not only going to make it more challenging for you to get this thing because you are actively chasing it. It's kind of like, in a way, you're not really believing it, because remember, as Vadim Zeland talks about in the book, you should go towards your goals or go towards your intentions as though you are simply going to the mailbox to retrieve your mail. There shouldn't be any excess emotion, high levels of importance. You are simply stating in a soundbite slide with your affirmation, you are simply stating what is to be, what is to come. You are not saying that you need something or you desire something or you have to have something or anything like that. So in the morning when I wake up and I do my little soundbite slide with my world's taking care of me, everything's going according to plan and things are working out beautifully and will continue to do so with ease. I have no excess potential about this, and I have plenty of information and evidence in my reality right now that supports this theory that I have adopted for myself. So it's really easy for me to say this. I say it from a dispassionate place, right? I don't have passion about it. I'm saying it as though I know it to be true because it is true for me, and it is something simply that is to be or already is. It's not about me wishing, wanting, hoping, anything like that. So again, the heart must believe it. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. You got to really set your intention to have the thing, nurture that intention, persuade that intention with action. This is another thing. This is huge. If you have an affirmation that you are not connecting to with action, you are not going to see that thing come to fruition. And this is really just the bottom line of reality creation. Law of attraction, again, is about you focusing on something with your mind. Reality transurfing is fusing that thought energy with action together, and then this is what creates results. So if you are not actively doing that thing that you are saying that affirmation about, it is going to be incredibly challenging for that thing to materialize in your reality. So me saying to myself, I am connected with my higher self today. If I see an opportunity to connect with my higher self today, I absolutely have to move on that thing. I can't just let my inner intention override those opportunities, because very quickly that affirmation, that soundbite slide will become totally meaningless, because your reality will sense that you are not actually living in the feeling or experiencing that affirmation that you are saying. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on this, you guys. This is soundbite slides in a nutshell, and I will leave you all with this before I part. The best way to see a slide materialize is to fuse all three components of human perception. So the auditory, the visual, and the kinetic. Vadim Zeland gives a perfect example of this in the book. The person sitting in the home that they want to purchase, that they want to be comfortable in, feeling and seeing and hearing all the things at the same time is saying the soundbite slide, the affirmation. So it would look something like this. Me playing a slide, I'm sitting by the fireplace. I can hear my family there. I can hear the TV playing or music playing. I can feel the fireplace, the warmth. I can hear the crackle of the fire. I can hear the things that are going on around me. I can feel the things that are going on around me. I can see the environment exactly the way that I want to see it. And at the same time, I would repeat to myself, I am comfortable. Right? This is what I wanted. I am comfortable. So it's living in that place, feeling, seeing, hearing, all that stuff. Remember the auditory, the kinetic, and the visual, and saying the affirmation or saying the sound bite slide. So curious to hear your thoughts, everyone. I tried to make this one a little bit shorter, but I failed. I hope you gain from this lesson today, and please let me know your thoughts on this soundbite slide technique, and if you use that yourself right now and how it's worked for you. So thanks so much, everybody, and have a good one. Bye.